Alright, hey everybody. So, I wanted to do a quick little test here for this pure water filter that I recently picked up about 3 weeks ago when I moved to this apartment complex that I'm currently living in. So, it is this box here. It's their Max Ion water filter. I live in Tucson, Arizona. The water quality here is pretty bad, and I used to use a pitcher water filter, which worked really great. It was a zero water pitcher. Made the water taste so much better, but it was kind of a pain. It took maybe 10-15 minutes to get a pitcher of water, and you're always refilling it. So I thought, hey, let's give this a try. I've been using it for about 3 weeks now, and I would have to say the water quality is indistinguishable between whether it's been filtered or not filtered. Well, the water pitcher that I had came with one of these testers. You can test it. It'll tell you how many parts per million of impurities you have. I remember having the old filters, anything above 50, according to Zero, I believe it was 50. They said to change it. It might have been 25. So I figured we'd give this a test. I have the filter that came with it, the Advanced Mineral Clear water filter. So I'm going to fill up some of these shot glasses here to do some tests. I also have some distilled water as a control, so we have something to compare it against to make sure that we're not crazy. So the Vegas one will be tap water, the blue one will be filtered, and the frosted guy here is going to be the distilled water. So let's fill that up first. And then we will turn on the tap. Get us a little bit of tap water. And then we will run the filter. The filter does this blinking thing. I think it blinks 5 or 6 times to let you know that it's good. Fill this guy up. Alright, so we got our 3 samples. And then we will test this out. Now, I've run this quite a few times, so I already know what to expect. So let's turn this guy on. Alright, so tap water. We get 394 parts per million. Alright, shake that guy out. Now, just to make sure we're not losing our minds, here is distilled water, pure water, 0 parts per million. And here is our filtered water, 391 parts per million. Now, I figured it would be bad, but not that bad. So only 4 parts per million reduced. So let's go over here and look at their data sheet where they're saying that they are certified to reduce. And then according to all this, they're going by ANSI standards. And they're claiming that they're getting 99%, 93.8%, 96%, all the way down with all these different impurities. Lead, mercury, asbestos, benzene, all this different stuff. And they don't really go through the procedure that they used. They might mention it up here in their data sheet, but I'm just not seeing that kind of performance. And I was thinking, well, maybe the filter they give you for these guys is like the filter, like the printers you get with your 3D printers, the printer cartridges. They're just garbage. They're good for 20 prints, and then that's it. They're done. You got to buy their proper cartridges before anything works. So I was at the store and I was looking at their replacement filters, and this is just their basic filter as opposed to their advanced. The basic filter was like $3 less, but on the box and packaging there was nothing different to really signify what about it was better. So I thought, heck, I'll buy one of these, give it a try. So I have a brand new one here. We will pop this guy off and replace it. Now, when you put these things on, they have in the instructions, it tells you to run the filter for 5 minutes to get any manufacturing impurities or whatever from the manufacturing process out of the filter. Now, I've done this several times, actually ran it for 15 minutes. So when you put these guys in, it'll click, seats in, that's all the instructions say to do. And then screw this back on, it'll run a test, it'll blink green and red. Because I cannot get a grip on this guy. Now, this is just to prove to you that, I'm not trying to pull anybody's legs about this. Just trying to show a proper test. So this is their traditional filter now instead of their advanced filter. So we'll do the same thing. Vegas cup again, unfiltered water just to get a new sample. We'll pull this guy out. Now we will let the air bubbles spurt through this for a second. Alright, now we will rinse this guy out to get the old sample out of there, fill it up again. Alright, once again, 000, tap water. Now this time it's reading 401. I'm in an old building and I took like 20 samples in a row, and I just think it depends on what it's usually between, I think it was between 390 and 405. So that's still within the noise. Now here's the filtered basic. And for whatever reason, it's higher. Now I've done this like 10 times, and like 75% of the time it's actually higher in impurities than it is lower. I think I had a couple of times where it was like 3 parts per million lower. Now, once again, we've got our filtered water. 1 part per million is probably some leftover on the sample, on the probes. Go back here, 406. So it's got these little pins on the bottom. I'm assuming it's just checking the conductivity of the water. 402, 394, 394. It's still higher. Obviously, this isn't a professional piece of equipment, but even so, you're getting substantially worse filtering from what they're trying to advertise. And then going from their included advanced filter to their basic filter, it is so much worse that it's actually got more impurities in it. Now, like I said, I followed the instructions where they tell you to run this guy for 5 minutes to prevent all the shmoo and everything from being in your water. Now, they got it right here. Before first use, run for 5 minutes on the filtered position. It's normal to see cloudy water and hear water pushing out air. Pushing removes any loose materials, which is normal. So I've done that twice now, and I'm still getting incredibly crappy water. So take from this what you will, but in my opinion, this is a complete waste of money. Just go get yourself a zero water pitcher. I'm unsure about the off-brand filters, but I'm just thinking that a filter for your faucet, because it works so quickly, you're just not going to get the same kind of performance as a gravity-fed filter, or you're going to have to go reverse osmosis, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing. All right, thanks for watching.